Um, just a quick reminder. I mean, I've said it many times, but I mean, it's very short reminder. So I mean, let's just redo this message. So I mean, in Israel there are two ways. I mean, that are acceptable legally to receive updates from the court. Actually, there are three ways, but one is not applicable to me because I mean. So one is just by formal mail, like regular old mail, not email, just mail. It's not applicable to me because I do not, my address in the Minister of Interior is not updated to this homeless, like hostel for homeless people where I live since April by decision of the court, like in house arrest. So the two other ways that are applicable to me is first by speaking with my lawyer. And this is true for my criminal case because I have a criminal case and also civil case in like family court. And in family court, I'm not represented by a lawyer. So this is not applicable for the family court case, but it is applicable for the criminal case. Like the lawyer calls you or writes you like a WhatsApp message or whatever and gives you the update. This is one way that is, legally acceptable in Israel to receive updates from the court of law. And it's applicable to me. Now there is another way, and this is also applicable to me, and it's actually a very easy way, and I use it a lot. And this is true both. It's applicable both for the criminal case and for the civil case, which is to use a very convenient government internet site and actually like system that is called Net Hamishpat. It's actually very old. Quite old. But until very recently, it was only open to lawyers. But doing my divorce trial in 2017. This was not open. For the sites, like to me, only to the lawyers. And people that work for lawyers, of course. A while ago, it was the state actually done nice service to the people, and it's open to everyone that is. Also to the sides in any kind of case, whether criminal or civil one. So it's incredibly easy for me to get, to just check it. And I do it, from time to time, one couple of days, I just, regularly, just text me a minute, just enter the site and see if there's any update in one of these cases. And that's another applicable way to receive legal updates. Now it should be very clear. It's important to know what are the applicable ways, like the legal ways, and also what are not legal ways. For example, these are for feeling the need to present examples, but because they are all very relevant. So if, for example, you live inside a hostel for homeless people, and all the people in the floor are actors that are employed by the Shabak in order to torture you. And if they reach after several months a decision that this operation costs too much money to the Shabak and they receive actually zero results and the entire world hates them, so they decide to cancel this operation because it costs too much money. It gets zero actual achievements, and although the entire world hates them, so they might decide that to try to send you the legal update by a drama that is written, the screenplay written by the world-class screenwriters of the Shabak, the world-class. Really, Samuel Beckett and William Shakespeare, are really, are not even rags to their feet, as they say, smardutim לרגליהם. To say that that they can easily have all of them could have become award-winning screenwriters in Hollywood or Broadway or whatever is an understatement. Of course they could have, but they all chose. They've chosen to serve their country, and so they sacrificed. Sure. And undeniably. Sure. 100%. Secured, careers in Broadway and Hollywood, as top class, screenwriters in order to serve the country. So they write these kind of shows, and the actors in the apartment that are 100% pedophiles that are, that's the people that the Shabak employ. What can you say? I mean, this is reality. So, I mean, pedophiles, the Shabak people, kind of took them from the gutters of society and then placed them here, so they are the actors, actually. And it might be surprising to you, but they are actually, even though you might not expect it because of their background, but actually some of them are amazing actors, really, world class. The performances that I see here, I'm surrounded by such intelligent cells all my life, so I know a thing or two about drama. Like really, I see myself as an authority on the matter. Really, with all the modesty, the experience, and also the academic inclination. Together, I think that put me in a position to judge. The quality of the acting abilities of the people around me. And I can say that these alley cats and kind of rotten dogs that were assembled by the Shabak for these cells, they are surprisingly, they manifest unbelievably high quality of acting. I'm not cynical. Unbelievably high quality of acting. Each day is another surprise, like how high is the acting ability. But nevertheless, even though the acting ability, and so let's say that theoretically these people, decide to hold a show for you that will demonstrate legal update with regards to one of your cases. So even though the screenplay could have been, like a sure way, straight to the Oscars or at least the Golden Globes. And even though the acting are all, Laurence Olivier at his highest days, even though this is such a high quality of drama, still it should be stressed out very clearly that this does not count as a legal update in the state of Israel. It does not count as a legal update in the state of Israel. Also, another thing that it does not count as a legal update is if someone send you a notification regarding a new YouTube video that was just released, and maybe the name of the YouTube or the thumbnail can be interpreted as a legal update. So this as well does not count as an applicable legal update in the state in the state of Israel. It does not count as applicable legal update. And also one last example. Sorry for being tiresome, but if you are in your room and of course you cannot get anywhere because you're under arrest by court decision, and people walk under your window and speaking to each other, and maybe someone can deduce in kind of very associative, poetic way. Maybe a person can deduce a kind of a legal potential, presumable legal update from the random walkers, random zombies. So no, this as well does not count as a applicable legal update in the state of Israel. Now, why is it important to you, my audience, all of this? Because many people now more than ever know that I need to be out of this apartment in order for the radiation to stop frying the earth. And I cannot leave this apartment because there is a court order that forbids me from doing so, and if I will violate it, the cops will put me in arrest, which will be terrible for me. It will be terrible for me. So I cannot do it. So these kind of special circumstances that, of course, were well known by the Israelis when they framed me to begin with, and the reasons for that can only, required, a separate video which will be very long and extremely theological in nature, because you cannot understand their motivation without deep dive into the specific nature of their theology. Be that as it may, the situation right now, if you, wherever you are in Israel or abroad, if you want the radiation to stop because you do not like being fried, you need to understand that I need to be outside. This was known by the Israelis even before the arrest. It's nothing new. And similar things were known in Israel throughout the last 100 years. This is not new. this is not new at all. But even if you don't know, you didn't know, now you know it. So you need to understand, I need to walk outside in order for the radiation to stop. I cannot do it because I was framed for a crime I did not commit, and I'm now under arrest. I cannot leave the apartment if I don't want the cops to actually like put me in jail indefinitely or until the end of the procedure, which can take many months. So if you, wherever you are, you want to stop radiation, what you can do is, maybe you can't, maybe you can, but any of your actions, if they are aimed at creating any kind of change in my legal situation, then first of all, thank you, I appreciate that, but at the same time, I say that this kind of legal change must be manifested in one of the two legal ways that I mentioned. Again, net Hamishpat or a call for my lawyer. They can absolutely not be manifested by any kind of like sale of top class actors doing any kind of a charade. As high quality as it might be, it does not count as a legal update. And also, YouTube notification do not count as legal update, and random zombies in the streets conversing do not count as applicable legal update. So this should be known. And I really, I know that legal issues, are not very popular. But I think it was important enough for me to actually, state it very clearly.